Good afternoon, everyone. It's that time. We're live again. There you go. You're live.
We're live. Afternoon, kittens. Welcome to Stepford on a boarded up Thursday. First day of being boarded up. Who's joined us? Who's with us yet?
No comments yet.
No comments. Let me know when these people are there, because we're not going to start till these people are there.
Clive.
Hi, Clive, love. All right, love. How's everybody doing with this new lockdown crap?
There's loads of people watching. Loads.
Is there? Like who? Anybody I know really well, or just generic
John
people?
Vince, Jason from the pub, John Taylor.
Hi, Jace. Hi, John.
Easy as watching.
Good afternoon, dear.
Afternoon, Charles in Spain.
All right, love. Hello, Charlie, love. Nice of you to join me, love. So, we're doing vegan anyway today. We've still got notifications coming through.
There won't be in a minute.
See, you forgot to mute that, didn't you? There you go. Daddy always forgets things. He has to touch and forget things.
I'll turn the volume down so I can't hear them coming
Right,
through.
so we're going to do vegan, and I know I always took the piss out of vegan, but my friend Miss Easy that's just come on, she's vegan. So when she comes to dinner, I sort of find main courses really easy to do, but desserts I found so difficult, it drove me insane. And you know, I won't buy things, even though I could have gone and bought a vegan dessert. I couldn't do that. It's just disgusting, generic crap full of preservatives and everything. So I played, and I've done a few things over the last few months, and I've done cupcakes that are vegan and everything. So today we're going to do a vegan pineapple upside down cake, and this is what we're going to make. You see? There you go. That's the finished product.
There's one I made earlier.
And I was going to show you that after a bake, but I want to show it you first so you realise what comes out. Because it's such a long bake, we're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to see it come out of the oven. It goes in, but it's in the oven for almost an hour. So you're going to have to bear with. That's what's going to come out. I had lots of questions on the Facebook page asking me, can you use ordinary milk and ordinary butter and things like that? Not for this recipe, because it's a chemical reaction. When you're baking vegan, you haven't got the eggs to make it rise, so it's a chemical reaction with the other things that are in it that give the cake its rise and its fluffiness. So to do it with ordinary stuff, you're not going to get that chemical reaction. You would have to just make an ordinary upside down cake. But trust me, even though I really did diss and I was awful about vegan food, it's one of the nicest cakes I've ever done. I actually do like a lot of I don't like all of it, and I'm not going vegan, trust me, but I do like a lot of the vegan products. I'm really impressed with them, and I'm impressed with a lot of the recipes that I've done for vegan. During the summer I did raspberry cupcakes for Miss Easier, and they were nicer than ordinary cupcakes. What are you looking at on me?
You've got some of them things missing off your top.
No, it's because there's a pattern. It's
Oh, right, I'll let you off then. There's loads of people making comments if you want me to read some or
yeah,
whatever.
read some comments out, because we've got loads of time. Can read them out while I get some equipment.
There's loads of people saying hello.
Who said hello?
Kieran.
Hi, Kieran.
He said, hi, mummy, he's been waiting all day to brighten up
Yes,
his day.
I heard your impression of me earlier on. Do I actually sound that common or not?
There's loads of people saying hello.
Who else has said hello?
Dean said he likes you in navy blue.
Which Dean likes
Dean
you?
in Spain.
Hi, thank you, Deanie. Thank you very much, darling.
Dean Clark. Hi, Terri and David.
I'm going to have to pop my glasses on as well so I can keep up with things.
Hi,
Just
Mia.
going to melt this butter while we're talking, while you're telling you to say hello. Any other
Hi, Kyle's watching.
Hi, Anita. You alright, love?
Hi, Kyle, love.
Let's have it. I'm just melting the butter. I'll tell you the quantity.
Russell, you're late.
As we're actually... oh, you're there, Russell, are you? Well, you're late.
Aiden's watching.
Hi, Heidi. My lovely Heidi. Right, so in this little bowl, I've got 1/4 of a cup. You're going to need cup measurements, by the way. I've got 1/4 of a cup of vegan butter or margarine.
Your Nicola's watching.
I use Nick.
Selma's watching.
Hi,
Hi, Selma, love.
I use Vitalite. I found that the Vitalite margarine, which is...
Peggy's mummy's watching.
Hi, mummy. The Vitalite margarine I find is the best one for baking. I've used vegan block, and it's not It's okay for pastry, but it doesn't do well in cakes. That's the way. Well, I've found that anyway. So you're going to need a 9-inch cake tin. As you can see, well used. Spring-form one, which means it's got the hinge on the side and a loose bottom. If you've got just a loose bottom one, that's okay. The spring-sided one's easier. All right? So you can ask me questions if we're going along with this bit, because this isn't that
Hayden's
technical.
watching and he thinks his mum's watching from Wales too.
Yes, Heidi, your mum, Alwyn. Hello, Alwyn. She's just sent me a friend request earlier, so I've accepted her. I've just not had time to reply to your message, Alwyn. Okay?
Jason Davis Cruz, fab way to spend his birthday. Happy birthday, Jason.
Hiya, Jason. Happy birthday, sweetheart.
Kieran loves a 9-inch.
Message. Right, you've sprayed it. This is a vegan cooking spray, okay? The calorie-free one, which is vegan.
Hi, Linda. Linda Trevelyan's watching.
Hi, Lynn.
Love to both of you.
So, hi to Duncan as well. My lovely friend Duncan Norvell, he'll be there. So we've sprayed it. Give it a generous spray with cooking oil. Okay?
Easier said. Is it vegan, love?
It is vegan, love, and it comes with tights, love. This is a 1/4 cup, as I've just said, of melted Vitalite vegan margarine. I know I'm not supposed to advertise by the brand, but it is the Vitalite one. So if I get in trouble when it goes on YouTube, that's tough. So you tip that into your tin and give it a good swill round. Then in here, I've got 1/2 cup of Demerara brown sugar. Okay, it's got to be brown sugar. Don't try and adapt this recipe, because I've adapted it and it's the only way it works. There was about 20 of them went in the bin till I got it to actually work. So this works perfectly.
Hi, Gary.
Get your brown sugar and cover over the
Thought it was
butter.
masquerade sugar. What's it
No,
called?
muscovado sugar.
Muscovado.
Muscovado sugar is a heavy brown sugar with a lot more
right.
molasses in it. The darker the sugar gets, there's more molasses
Hi, Christoph.
in the sugar.
You are sold, love.
You've covered that. Can you come into this, my darling?
Hiya, Fanny, love.
So you've got, hiya, Fan. So you've got your vegan butter, you've got your Demerara sugar, and you've just basically given a base. That's what gives the cake, remember the cake will reverse itself when it comes out.
I'm not saying that, Fanny.
So that gives it, what's she asking?
Get it greased like Daddy's.
Yes, I
something
can
else.
imagine, Fan. So you've got to put that, because when the cake comes out, you get the stickiness of the top, okay? Then you want a can of canned pineapple slices, not chunks. It's not Sunday, we're not having chunks on top of the milk.
Put it in there.
And then you're going to line
Just put that in there like that instead of on your face.
the base, like so.
Hi, Sue.
Which Sue?
Who I went to work. Who I worked with.
Hi, Sue, love. So you put your pineapple rings in the bottom. Then you want
Hiya, Rob.
maraschino cherries, the cherries that you put in drinks.
Hiya,
You
Gary
buy-
Barlow.
Hi, Gary, love. You can buy maraschino cherries at any major supermarket, okay? They need to be maraschino cherries, not pie cherries, not canned cherries. Maraschino cherries, okay?
I know, Tom.
And
Bloody vegans. They get everywhere.
Every space, which Tom's saying about
Tom Dial.
vegan. Hello,
Bloody
Thomas.
vegans.
Then
They're a
you're going to
nightmare.
pop a cherry into every single gap
Pop your
that
cherry.
there is. Now, my cherry was popped many years ago. But I still like to pop the odd cherry now as I get older, especially at supper time.
Kieran said, drink your coffee, it's going cold.
I will do, Kieran, once I've got this, love. Because once it's in the oven, we're going to sit down and have a nice chat and gossip, love. So, Daddy will come in and show you.
Putting a lot of cherries in that, yeah.
Yeah. Every gap, okay?
There you go, like that.
So that is how you've got...
Easier said, is Terry awake, love?
Well, it makes a change for me.
She's
Sue,
up.
because
She's
I
up,
don't-
love.
As you know, I don't do mornings. I flatly refuse to get out of bed before 12 noon. Right, equipment-wise, you're now going to need, put that to one side. You're going to need a big mixing bowl. I've got the glass one just for purposes so you can see inside it. A whisk, a couple of spatulas. I'll just get some more ingredients out and I will put a penny on.
Oh, you like that cake, do you, Samantha? Even though it's vegan?
I don't want to be covered in... I've got to be honest, truthful, I'm not an over-lover.
But you can make it like
You can make an ordinary one.
an ordinary one.
There's millions of recipes for ordinary pineapple.
Hiya,
cider
George.
cake. Which George?
Is it from Scunny? Is it Scunthorpe?
Yeah. Hiya, George, love. I have got some...
Mark wants vegan spotted dick next week.
Does he, Mark? Well, I'm not doing a whole vegan fucking show, love. It will be the odd vegan thing. I'm not doing everything vegan. Next week we're going to make the Christmas cake because I'm slightly late this year with it.
There's Dylan.
With all the lockdown. Never mind, Dylan. With all the lockdown rubbish. So I need to get some flour as well. So don't go too close on me, Daddy, please. Right now, I need all-purpose flour. So we're going to start with our dry ingredients. Anybody got any questions before I go any further?
No. Have you got the right flour?
Yes.
Drink some of your coffee, it's going cold.
I will do.
Are you, Russell?
Right.
Why was you late, Russell?
Going to need a set of cup measurements, okay? You can buy them anyway. You can even buy them in the pound shop now, okay?
Russell said he always wants spotted dick.
I bet he does. Don't do like I do, and every set I've got, I've lost the half measure to, and I don't know why. Don't ask me, but it's missing.
Okay, I've got a question for you from Mel Jeffries.
Yeah?
Will the butter not leak through the loose bottom tin?
No, because it's a spring-sided one, so as the spring side fires onto it, it becomes really tight.
So it's like suction together, basically.
Tight. If it's an old tin that's really battered and it's got a gap in it, yeah, it will do. So you can't use that. You need a tin that is going to be tight. So once your loose bottom is pressed in, it's okay. Right, so we're going to start with our flour. You need 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, which is plain flour, okay? So that's 1 3/4 cup.
Gary's going to make the Christmas cake next week.
Right, because I'm doing the reason I've done the Christmas cake late this year, it wasn't just because of the lockdown stuff. It was also because I'm going to do it slightly different. Instead of making Instead of making a great big Christmas cake like we normally do, which we've done every year on the show, next year it would be nice if you followed me with the camera, you know.
I didn't know if you want to get that close,
well, no,
like you just said.
You could sort of back up so I look nice from a distance.
Yeah, Birkenhead.
Shut up, shit. Right, so in there you have got 3/4 of a cup of flour. What? Fanny said what?
How much are they in the pound shop?
A pound, just a pound, love. 1 cup of white table sugar, you know, ordinary sugar. Half a teaspoon.
Are you Roxy, love?
I'm Roxy, love. Half a teaspoon of salt.
Tight bottoms, not loose bottoms. Camp dear, she said.
1 teaspoon of baking soda. That's bicarb in the UK. Not baking powder, baking soda. All right? Make sure it all...
Kieran, if you can do it any better, you know where we live.
Why, what's Kieran after?
Kieran said, David, do your job, shit cameraman.
Exactly. They know you. Right, just mix your dry ingredients together. Yeah.
Is the Christmas cake vegan? Ian wants to know.
No, it's not. I'm not making a vegan Christmas cake. You can go and piss. Not doing it. Right, you're going to need 3/4 of a cup of soya milk, okay? As you can see, I'm not saying the supermarket, but I've left it in the carton purposely so you can see.
Someone wants to know, David's asking, can you use castor sugar?
Yeah, castor sugar will work the same because it's a white sugar, okay? It's just, the difference between castor sugar and ordinary sugar is castor sugar is just finer for when you bake. To be honest, I've never used castor sugar in my life. I think it's a con because it's twice as expensive for the small amount. If you want to make your own castor sugar, you just put a 2-pound bag of sugar into the food processor and blitz it, and it powders the sugar down so it's finer grains. That's all that matters. So in that cup there, we've got 3/4 of a cup of soya milk. Yeah. Into that, you want 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
That's correct, Rob.
What's correct?
Rob said it's almost as cheap as Diana's airbag.
Well, it is. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Yeah. Then 1 tablespoon of white vinegar.
It's got to be white.
It's got to be white. Again, I've left it in the bottle to prove a point. Not brown vinegar that you put on your chips, okay? It's got to be white vinegar. If you put brown vinegar, you'll have a really vinegary taste.
It's actually vodka.
I wish it was. At this time of day.
Hiya, Marge, love.
Hi, Marge. 1 full teaspoon. Now, when that teaspoon goes in, you'll notice the milk starts to curdle. That is what's making the chemical reaction. Okay? That.
Easier, those are Post-its, love. Just say Terri
so
knows.
I don't forget the amount.
Terri said,
because everybody questions.
Easy said,
me.
what are those little yellow things on the tray, and are they vegan?
No, they're not vegan. Just post it. Into that now, 3/4 of a cup of virgin olive oil. Okay. And then with no need for a mixer on this one because it's a really quick batter.
We do turn vegan, Kieran. Terri, but I doubt it.
I was vegetarian for over 20 years. I couldn't be vegan.
Or would you miss meat?
I'm still not an over lover of meat for me and Daddy, doesn't it, David? It has to be so overcooked.
My meat has to be burnt for me to like it.
So really, I could be vegetarian, and I do eat. The sort of we go out to dinner. We went out to dinner the other night, as everybody saw the photographs. And my
In our bubble.
My entree was a vegetarian entree. So I do choose a lot of vegetarian food. But no, I wouldn't go veggie again completely, and I certainly wouldn't go vegan. Right.
Of course you can, Sam. Send her the recipe.
What? What recipe?
Sam, Georgia's stuck at university, so I'm going to send her the recipe, if that's okay.
The recipe, the whole thing will be on YouTube later on tonight, so everybody can go onto it.
That's true, Brooke.
It will stay on Facebook and it will go on YouTube as well. On my YouTube channel, you just literally put in Terri Fox and click subscribe, and every new recipe that goes on, you'll be able to get it.
Brooke said wind her up, it's funny when she kicks off.
Well, no, it's not, Brooke. I want to be in a good mood. I'm sick of people winding me up at the moment. Right, so there you go. That is now going to go into the oven.
No, Mark, the dog's not vegan.
The oven is on at 170. I have said 180 to 170. I found that the 180 is a tad too high. So go 170, 175.
Oh, she does like the vegan sausages easier, right there, love.
Yes, I do. I love vegan sausages. Adore them. Because, again, I don't like meat to taste overly like meat. You know what I mean? I always feel like I'm eating an autopsy if it's too doodah. Right, that goes in your oven at 170 now for 55 minutes. After 30 minutes, can you start to turn to me while I'm talking? After 30 minutes...
I'll cut you off if you carry on.
Shut up. After 30... But I can't tell people things if you're just staring at a table. Into the oven for 55 minutes. After 30 minutes, take it slightly out so you can get to it and make a little tinfoil lid. Like that. Okay? And place that loosely on top of the cake. Because it's a long bake, if you don't cover it halfway through, the top will burn and it will dry out. That will create a little bit of steam after 30 minutes and stop the top over baking. When it comes out of the oven, this is really important because I'm not going to be able to show you it coming out. When it does come out of the oven, do not attempt to tip it out of the tin straight away. Leave it to cool in the tin for at least 35 minutes. Because otherwise it's boiling hot syrup that's underneath it and it will burn your hands. And put your plate or your cake dish on the top, flip the two together and release it, and it will sit on your plate like that. And that,
Right, easier said.
if you didn't see the beginning, is what you're going to end up with.
That's what you're going to end up with. But this one's going to have more cherries in it. Easier said.
Yes, sorry, I did that. Daddy's just noticed that I didn't put the cherries in the other gaps when I baked that one, and it should have a cherry in every gap. So there you go.
Are you doing the bonfire toffee now for her, she said?
No, bonfire off. Right, you can move up and move that way while I load the dishwasher while I'm studying.
That was a bit close then, Jesus Christ.
What do you mean, Jesus Christ, you cheeky Mary Ann?
What gas mark was it?
I don't know what the gas mark is. You'll have to Google and convert gas mark. Okay?
What are you cooking for me?
What am I cooking for?
Kieran wants to know.
For who?
For me?
For you?
For dinner?
For dinner tonight? Mind your own business, Kieran.
I'll probably get bread and butter like normal.
Yeah, it will. Hobbs, stale bread and warm milk mushed up in a bowl. That's all you'll be getting you. So we'll kick a few things away and then we'll
Hi,
go
Frank.
and sit down. Who's just joined us? Which
Frank in America.
Hi, Frank, love.
Hiya, Jeremy.
Frank, please do not be judging me on my hair today. He usually does. should just pop things away. So as I said,
180 is gas mark 5, so probably about 165, 170 is gas mark 4 then?
I don't know. I don't know how you convert to gas. I've never had a gas oven.
I would
I've
say
had gas
so.
hobs, but I've never had a
His
gas.
tap's on running good gear water here.
Well, that's alright. It's not on ration, is it? Help if I turn it off the right way. Any other questions on it while I'm just shifting all the bits and bobs?
No questions yet.
Go on, fire away with some questions.
I said there's no questions yet.
All right.
Easy said swill.
Swill. I might make swill next week.
Uh,
I might just pop a pan of Donna's swill on next week. I think that'd make a nice
that tap's
change,
still on.
I know.
Get it off.
Fine. I've got to rinse my hands.
Waiting.
Who are you, the water boy?
Wasting good gear water.
Yeah, I'm fucking sure. Right then, so that's that done. So I said that it's in the oven now for about 55 minutes, and it does take really the 55 minutes. I know some ovens are hotter than others. My oven is slightly hotter, that's why I've reduced it to 170. Try it 180. Okay.
Jane Freeman said, where do you get the cups for measuring, please? Is it a USA measurement?
Yes,
and
it's a
she
USA.
loves the hair.
Thank you, Jane. It is a USA measurement, and you can buy the cups online if you can't get out anywhere. The pound shop sells them, and Home Bargains sell them as well. They sell the Jane Asher stuff, and Home Bargains have it. So,
yes, Charles, there is. Charles said, is there like a vegan whipped cream alternative?
yes, there is. Would you like to see it? But I don't know whether. My friend Charles lives in Spain, and I know in Spain it's really hard to get vegan stuff because
You might not get it in Spain, Charles.
Spaniards, they were insane.
You can try like Iceland and places like that, see if they've got it.
That is, I always keep it in for when Miss Easier visits. It's that brand, so I've not said it.
And it's called Plant. It says Plant on the front
of
of
it.
it.
It's an alternative, and I always buy the double.
That's the one you can whip with, but they do
This
the
is
single
Miss
one as
Easier's
well.
cupboard in the fridge. See, I've even got vegan mayo for her. I make real mayonnaise for us by hand, but I certainly don't make vegan mayonnaise.
Oldham's finest water, Kieran, yeah.
Yeah, finest.
Proper Yorkshire, David.
Right, so I shall top my coffee up.
Amazon, yeah, Amazon, Kieran. They will deliver to Spain. I'm sure they do food as well.
Why, for what? What do you want to deliver in Spain?
For cream. Amazon.
You can't deliver. Amazon won't deliver fresh foods. They don't deliver things
I
like
don't know.
Cream, butter, and things like that. The best place in Spain, I would imagine you would get that, Charles, is Iceland. And of course, there is an Iceland in Fuengirola. So you could pop there.
That'd be nice, Russell, if you can, if we're not locked down.
So what I'll do is when I do dinner later on, I will slice the cake and I'll show you what a piece of it.
We might be locked down, Russell, so
Later.
it'd be nice if you could come, but...
What's the after, Russell?
He said he's going to... I'm open to visit over the Christmas time if COVID lifted in Manchester.
Well, yeah. I don't know, I'm fearful. I've got this, I don't know why I've got this feeling this month isn't going to be a month. I think it's going to be longer, to be perfectly honest. So we got any other questions while we sat here? So we can have a good gossip, because actually I thought that bake was going to take a lot longer to do than it did. I should have timed it better, to be honest and truthful, but because I've made it so many times in like the last week or two, and a few of them did go wrong, that's why I've tweaked the recipe. I didn't think it was going to take that short a time. I thought it was going to take me a good half an hour to prepare it on.
Gary Barlow said he wants to make chocolate eclairs, but I failed with doing the pastry.
With choux pastry isn't easy. I always find choux pastries quicker if you do it with an electric hand mixer in the pan. Where it says whisk it by hand, I always use an electric mixer, and I just find it easier. But the best one I do, and I've got to be honest, I don't make choux pastry very often. The best one I do is a microwave recipe. So if you Google microwave choux pastry, it's fail safe, because it's the heat of the pan that tends to curdle it and it goes wrong. But if you use the microwave one, it's really good.
Jamie, the cake on the table, the one that we prepared, well, Terry prepared earlier, is for Easier, our friend.
Yeah. It'll be being sent down to Miss Easier, because obviously I don't need two. One of them is for our dessert, right? But one will be going down to Miss Easier.
Yes, Jason, Nana will be making Christmas mince pies, I'm sure.
Yes, I'll do the mince pies again. We're going to recap stuff that we've done over the last 2 or 3 years. I'm going to do them again.
Oh, apparently Amazon do food, Joe Castle said. It's called Amazon Prime now.
Yes, but Joe, do they do food to import to other countries? That's what we're trying to ask somebody. I don't think they do. I know you could buy. I buy food from Amazon now and have it delivered in the UK, but to actually get a British or an American product delivered within that country is a more difficult thing to do. Okay, because I buy all my American products and ingredients come through Amazon. So I buy all those and I have them imported directly, obviously. But liquid stuff, fresh, I should say, to actually put fresh cream on a plane, you don't know how long it's going to be in customs, and you can't send liquids through the post abroad. So that's what I'm saying.
People are loving the room. Do you like the
But
room, guys?
Oh, yeah, nobody's been in here, have they, since
Like the room.
I put the fall stuff up.
The fall decks are still up.
Which, of course, will come down.
Table. They'll be down soon.
At Thanksgiving. We'll get Thanksgiving out of the way, which is the last
End of the month.
Thursday of this month. Then once we've had Thanksgiving, then all the Christmas stuff will go up. But the Christmas stuff will be started before then, which you just won't see. Because it takes me about 3 or 4 weeks for everything to be in place and where it's supposed to go. And then we'll do a Christmas
Aidan
house
said,
also.
do you need to sieve the flour before mixing the
No.
dry ingredients?
No, load of old codswallop that. Years ago, they told you...
No, it's not Miss Easier. It is
What?
a cup and saucer. She said, is that a mug in the yellow drawing room?
No, it's not a mug. You know I don't allow mugs in the yellow drawing room. Years ago, you had to sift flour, Haydit, because flour was a lot coarser and not as refined as it is now. So you sifted it because it used to be loose in the bags, and then they filled the bag, and you get little hard lumps in it. Now the flour is so refined, there's just no need for it. And it's this rubbish of holding sieves up in the air to create air going into it. The minute you mix something, the air's gone anyway. So total waste of time. If I say to do it, then you need to do it. If I don't do it, there's no need to do it. If you follow the recipe exactly without tweaking it the way I've shown you, it works. And every recipe I sort of give you is an easy way to do it, because I can't stand people saying, I can't bake, I can't cook. That drives me insane. If you follow my recipes, they work, and they're done basically for idiots. That's the only way to put it. Anybody can do it if you follow the recipe exactly as it's meant to be done. Okay?
Jamie, they're not pineapple trunks, they are pineapple rings.
Pineapple rings, not chunks.
Loving the glass in the background.
Chunks are what we used to have on a Sunday with top of the milk.
What glass?
What glass?
Barry Day. Loving the glass in the background. In the cabinet, do you mean?
What glass? Barry Day, tell me which glass you mean.
Do you make a version of this for people allergic to pineapple? Can you substitute pineapple with
Yes,
something else?
I actually forgot that. Somebody requested that the other day. If you are allergic to pineapple... use
Oh, the
peaches.
Gladys means, not the glass. Gladys.
Gladys. Use peaches.
My favourite, Barry.
Yeah, I have flowers delivered every week for the house. The house flowers get done every week. This week I think they're a bit less than normal. But yes, use peaches. Canned peaches. Never use fresh. Use canned peaches and slice them so they're thinner. Don't use them in great big halves, okay? Just slice the peaches and it will just come out peach flavoured. There you go. Anything else?
I'm trying to get up to...
I actually thought I've had more comments on my new slippers.
What are your plans for lockdown, Kieran said?
My plans for lockdown, well, I've got too much on to have to really worry about anything else. I've got Thanksgiving coming up, even though it's going to be the smallest Thanksgiving dinner I've ever done. We've got all the Christmas stuff I've got to plan. I'm Christmas shopping at the moment. We're planning stuff. I've got costumes that are in the middle of being made that I'm having fittings for. So really, it's like, the only thing is I don't see all the gang and my girlfriends all the time. So that's the only difference. But we do Zoom chats and things where we're all on it. So we do that.
Douglas said the flowers behind you are stunning. Where did you get them?
These, the gladioli, they're delivered down. I have a florist that delivers for the house once a week.
Good afternoon, Bobby.
Which Bobby?
Nice of you to join us, Bobby Grinder
Grinder. Hello, Bobby. You in Dallas, sweetie?
from ICU.
If I see you first, dear. So that's it. So your vegan pineapple upside down cake. And don't forget, if you do make it, take photographs.
Oh, John's got an exciting... Jamie John's got an exciting announcement to make, but he said he'll message you.
Oh, well. Hello, by the way, to the lovely Jamie John. That's the fabulous Miss DQ. My little friend in more ways than one. You all right, baby?
Nicholas said, have you made macaroons before? was a total disaster when she tried.
Which Nicola's asked?
My Nicola.
Right. Macaroons or macaron? Two different things. Macaron are the
Macarons.
Macarons, the little bright coloured ones. Yes, I have made them, and I do make them now and again. I don't make them often. It's just getting the consistency, because basically it's a meringue with ground almonds going through it. So it's your oven temperature that's the problem. If your oven temperature is too either going to go really brown, which you don't want, because really you're just drying them out. It's not something I make an awful lot. I do. If you see them on a photograph, if I've done coffee and things and I've put macaron with it, yeah, I have made them. There's very little that I actually buy. Very, very, very little.
Loving the slippers, Nana, Jason said.
So I thought you would. I was waiting for somebody to say they liked them.
It's camp as fuck, colours. Barry said.
They are, aren't they? Aren't they just the campiest thing you've ever seen?
Mal Jeffries said, "Do you have the recipe?"
Felicia got me those.
Do you have the recipe for key lime pie?
Yes, the recipe for key lime pie is on my Facebook page. If you go to my Facebook page, go to my photographs, click albums, go through the albums, find Nana's Cookery. Or it's Nana's Recipe Box, sorry, the album's called. If you go into that, the key lime pie recipe's on there. But if you also go to my YouTube channel, Terri Fox, subscribe to it once you get there, then you'll get the new recipes. There is the recipe and the live show from when we did key lime pie.
Afternoon, Mr. Robley.
Good afternoon, Mr. Robley. How are you, my darling? The very talented and very handsome Mr. Robley, I have to add. How are you doing, love?
No, Samantha, definitely no. There'll be live chat shows of a night time. We'll do live from the bar again at night, and Terry will probably do a cabaret and that. Yeah, but there'll be none of me dancing.
Let's not promise cabaret, because we're going to try and get 4 to 5 live cookery shows in during this. So I can't do live cookery shows and cabaret shows as well. So we're going to try this show. The live cookery show, there should have been 6, and they weren't really supposed to start until mid this month, so it ran up to Christmas. But we brought it earlier because of the lockdown. So I'm not promising on cabaret, but well, you don't know. But we will do a couple of late night chat shows as well, where we can swear and be filthy. And I know we have sworn today, so if there's any children watching, terribly sorry.
Yeah, they shouldn't be watching. Fanny wants to know. Pineapple upside down cake. She said, do you do a right way up version for people with vertigo and allergic to peaches and vegan?
Yes, I call that a cake that I smash up with a lump hammer fan. That's the one I do. It's called Donna's Swill Cake.
Hi, Lisa.
And you bash it with an hammer. Good afternoon, Joyce. How are you, love?
How are you, Coco, love?
And our Coco's just joined us. How wonderful, from the lovely centre stage down there in Manchester. My favourite little venuette. Lovely little gin shop, that is. Fell out of there many an occasion.
Can you see Newbury Fruits there, my love?
Who was asking about Newbury Fruit?
David Westwood.
Oh, yes, David, thank you for that heads up.
What is it? Who is it? I can't think of a name now. Roxy, that's it. Jesus Christ.
Thanks, Rox, for telling me where the Newbury Fruits were on special offer. And as you saw the photograph, I did stock up. I do like a Newbury Fruit of an even. I do. Eventide comes and the veil of darkness is draped across Deptford. I do like to sit down and watch my wife next door with a Newbury Fruit.
Mr. Robley said he's had his macaroons on a low light since Wednesday. Sharon said chat shows are a laugh, especially when Davey gets drunk. Oh, you like that, do you, Sharon?
Oh, you like it? Who likes it?
Sharon.
Sharon does. Yes, he is hysterically funny when he's drunk. If he's not gone on the turn.
Just a one-off 50th birthday special then. Haha, can't wait for your 60th.
What? When we did?
When I was dancing on the table.
Oh my God. Were you dancing on the table on your 50th?
Apparently. As Holly says,
I don't remember that.
Just like you, we're all boarded up now.
That's right, Ollie, we boarded up. So who's having bets with me of how long this boarded up season is going to start? Because I've just got this inkling little feeling that there are no way is Sesame Street down there at 10 Downing Street, the Sesame Street Brigade, are going to actually...
Oh, have they, Jonathan? I don't know, love.
Jonathan what?
Jonathan Montreal said, I thought Facebook had got funny about music going live since 1st of October.
Yes, they have. That's
and
why
he said, loving the return of the cooking and chatting.
Oh, thank you, Dan. That's why I don't think we'll be doing a live cabaret show, because they've got a bit funny about it.
Paul just said, do you make phyllo pastry with oven gloves on?
No. I do not make. I flatly refuse to make phyllo pastry from scratch.
Yes, we
Flatly
did,
refuse.
David, by the old display.
And now and again, I will make puff pastry from scratch, but that's a rarity as well. Not when you could go and buy a block of puff pastry for like £3. That's all butter, and somebody's put all that work in for you. You know, no. Ordinary pastry, yes, but puff pastry sometimes I buy. Phyllo, I never make. Always buy it, and it's very rare I use phyllo pastry anyway.
Charles, do you mean Skippy?
I might do a phyllo recipe. During the lockdown, I have got most of the recipes set that we're going to do, but I might squeeze a phyllo one in because I do like phyllo.
Sandra thinks March.
Selma thinks we're going to be closed everywhere till March. I don't know whether it'll be March, but I just can't see them letting us all out at Christmas to be running to each other's houses and being pissed as arseholes and all having parties and God knows what else. I just can't see it. They're either going to let us out with the strictest restrictions you've ever seen, which is pointless then letting us out.
Well, Roxy seems to think they'll let us out before they choose the next president.
Before they choose the next president. Well, there you go, you see. We've got Sesame Street running the place here, and they've got Fraggle Rock running it over there with that dying old corpse walking
John
around.
thinks it'll be for 6 weeks.
You think it'll be for 6 weeks? Then
Yeah, that's exactly what we said, Mark. Furlough's been extended till March, so I'd say lockdown till March.
Well, that's what I think.
So why would they extend it till March if they're only telling us 2nd of December?
Well, not necessarily, because you can't say that, because we came out of lockdown ages ago, David, and furlough was only just supposed to stop. Now it's got to last longer than the lockdown.
Yeah, I don't believe them.
So
they're full of shit.
I don't know. I'm in two minds, and you know me, I hate to be proved to be wrong. So I don't want to say, I just can't see it.
Charles said when you done a show back in March and was making cookies, you said it would go on for a year, and you were right.
Well, I was right. I did say, and you know,
all right, fucking hell, Charles, you've started her off now.
Everybody jumped on my back. We were away on a little mini cruise when this all kicked off. For David's 50th birthday with our friends Phil and Liam and David. The three of them jumped on my back the minute I said, this is going to get worse, it's going to become a world disaster, it's going to carry on for a whole year, if not longer. They're all, oh no, it won't be over within a fortnight, 2-3 weeks, all this and I knew it, honestly. I am like Septic Peg, I can see things, and people really do have a go at me for it. Everybody's under some illusion, and they're all saying, the one that I hate the most with this, the illusion everybody under, 2020's been a terrible year, can't wait for it to be over. Does everybody think come the 1st of January, this is all going to finish and boom, we're back to normal? This will be going on for another year. Trust me, because they will never find a cure for it. It's a man-made germ warfare, and I've said it now, whether people want to kick off or not. It's a man-made germ warfare.
Dr. Fox has said it.
It's a man-made germ warfare that's got out of hand, and it mutates itself, and they will never find a cure for it. And I also think there's a lot of supposition and things that we don't know about, and they're not telling us, and I think a lot of it's propaganda. I believe the face masks are a load of crap because they've not proved yet. Nobody's actually categorically said how it's spreading. So if it's airborne, you know, come on, what's a face mask going to do? If it's airborne, it's going to be on your skin. It's just the whole thing doesn't add up when you put it together. It's not.
Right, that's enough of that. I'm bored.
It's a conspiracy theory.
Jonathan said, you're both talented and entertaining enough without music, though I loved all the lighting discussions. Oh, is that what you call it? A discussion? A lighting discussion. We called it a row. We called it a row because we are like Margot and Jerry, really, from The Good Life. Jane said, I think lockdown will last just up until Christmas. Boris doesn't want to see us the Grinch that stole Christmas, yeah.
Oh, Boris couldn't give a shit, darling, whether we're locked in for Christmas or not, because I still don't believe that Boris is not sat with his fingers up his hole and all in and out of each other's houses.
Jane.
This is what makes me pissed. Certain things, I can't say too much because obviously I'll end up getting banned and blocked, but just analyse things on television programmes that are live. We're supposed to be in lockdown, I was still doing a live fucking show, you know, and you're not telling me that mob down at Sesame Street, they're all fucking walking round 20 paces apart from each other, and that shite. They'll be sat at that cabinet table carrying on with themselves. I'm telling you, it's a load of rubbish.
Jamie wants to know, will you be doing a Thanksgiving show?
Yes, I'm going to do, I always make pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. But this year, because everybody's saying to me, oh, well, by the time we've scraped our pumpkin out and all the rest of it, and we've cooked it and we've frozen it.
How you feel? Mummy's fine, thanks.
A lot of people can't be bothered doing that. I am going to make one of my dearest friends in Florida, a lady called Tiffany Rodriguez. She gave me, because she's from the south, the plantations and all the rest of it, and she gave me the most wonderful recipe for sweet potato pie. So this year, instead of pumpkin pie, I'm making sweet potato pie, which I'm actually going to do on a live feed, okay? And that everybody could get sweet potatoes at every supermarket, everywhere. It's so easy, because canned pumpkin is difficult to get in the UK. You've either got to buy it online like I do, or you've got to, you know, go to a specialist shop where it's found. So I'm going to do sweet potato pie, which tastes the same. So that's what I'm going to do for Thanksgiving. I might do a couple of other Thanksgiving things, but Thanksgiving this year is going to be so tiny. I think I'm going to buy a butcher. Usually we have a big turkey for Thanksgiving, but there's only going to be me, David and Mummy. So that's it.
We'll have a chicken. Easy said, oh, she's kicking off now.
Oh, I do. I kick off royal, you know I do. I like to put my point across.
Skippy has a foul mouth, Charles, yeah.
And my point of view is the only point of view to listen to. Not interested in anybody else's. Well, what did Charles say then?
He's on about Skippy. Couldn't think of the name of it.
Oh, Skippy doing with the Skippy, my little Skippy the Bush Kangaroo thing, the routine.
Nicola said, when's the 95 million baubles going up?
There's not 95 million baubles. There are
There's 96.
The Christmas tree has 1,000 pieces.
After Thanksgiving, Nicola, that's when we start.
1,000 lights and 1,000 pieces. I start to put it out and put the Christmas stuff up, usually after Thanksgiving dinner. If we've not got loads of people here, when people have been and they go home, then I do start. Because it will take me, but I like it really to all be done by the first week of December. So I do tend to start other things like stairwells and things. I start that earlier because that doesn't affect. Because it takes a long time. The tree itself, you know, takes 2 to 3 days just to do the tree itself. The main tree.
Paul Whitehead's mum and dad are watching. Can you say hello to them?
Hello, my darlings. How are you? I hope you're not sat in that green cardigan and our George is knocking one out in the corner. How's that then, Miss Whitehead?
Easy said, pumpkin soup, please.
Yes, I'll do the pumpkin soup. That one I will do because that is so quick and so easy. But you are going to need canned pumpkin for it, okay? Not fresh pumpkin. It doesn't work the same. So buy canned pumpkin. Go onto Amazon or eBay and put canned pumpkin. And it comes up. I think you get 3 in a pack. It's not particularly cheap, but get that. And it's so easy. So easy. And I'll make the pumpkin soup.
Dean Clark, do you ever make biscuits as in the breakfast ones in the southern states?
Yes, the recipe for biscuits is on my YouTube channel.
We have them at least once a week.
Yes, at least once a week I make biscuits. It's on my YouTube channel, Terri Fox. Subscribe when you get there. It's also in my recipe folder, which is in my albums on Facebook, Nana's Recipe Box. And the recipe in there is for, there's varying ones. There's cheddar and jalapeno biscuits, there's green onion biscuits. I make biscuits all the time because we have biscuits and gravy. If I make fried chicken, we have biscuits with it. Okay.
Jane, oh, sweet potato pie, does it have pastry?
Yes, it has a pastry, Jane. It's not like a
sweet potato pie.
Sweet potato pie, like pumpkin pie. It's in a pastry case.
I'm not eating a sweet potato. I'm not. As a dessert.
It's the one that Tiffany made in America that you stuffed a whole...
Pumpkin pie, that is.
No, Tiffany made sweet potato pie, love.
No.
It's in Tiffany's handwriting.
I won't be eating
the
that
one
shite.
that you loved. So that's what I'm going to make. And it's a dessert pie. It's sweet. It doesn't taste like potatoes. Nothing. Okay? So you'll follow that when we do it. It's not like a meat and potato pie with lumps. Nothing like that. Okay?
Yes, Kieran, we do.
What?
Kieran's answering Nicola. After Thanksgiving in this house, we do every occasion. Yes, we do every occasion.
Yes, I do. I decorate the house for every single thing. The next one will be Christmas. And then I will decorate for, which I don't do a lot, but I still do. I decorate for Valentine's. Then I decorate for Easter. And then there's nothing. Because it's the centre of the year. And I don't do spring mantles and summer mantles and all that.
Mel said you two are more entertaining than any TV programme.
Well, yeah, because it's more real. It's not like that mob.
And Aidan agrees.
The one with I can't say the name of the programme again because I'll be in trouble. The one where they've got the 4 of them, or the 3 of them now sat there and one on a Zoom meeting, which keeps breaking up. All sat there telling people they take the bins out and everything when they've got a house full of staff. Don't think so.
Kieran said, are you cooking Christmas dinner? Well, what the fuck do you think we're going to do?
Well, what do you think
Have
I'm
a
going to do?
fucking takeaway.
Will you stop swearing, David, to that extent? The odd swearer, not effing and blinding like that non-stop at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Of course I'll be cooking Christmas dinner, but I'm not cooking it live. Do you think I'm mad?
Fanny said, canned pumpkin. Ooh, the evil, dirty, robbing bastards.
Well, they are. They are. But canned pumpkins...
Oh, I couldn't have one this time of afternoon, Jason. I'd be arsehole, love.
Canned pumpkin is a fabulous, fabulous thing to have in your pantry, always. Another friend of mine said to me, oh, can you put the recipe, the ingredients...
Easy said, is that pie vegan?
Is what?
The pie going to be vegan? Sweet potato.
I will try and make a vegan version.
Can you do vegan pastry?
Together. Because, yes, I do.
Yeah, of course you can.
Pastry. She comes up, but there's eggs in the pie, which she can't have. So I will try and do a vegan version as well. So we do the two together. All right? And then I can show you. Because there's got to be a way around it. And I'll discover what it is. What else?
Jamie Lynch, can you use King Edward potatoes instead of sweet potatoes for the vegans?
You can't, Jamie Lynch. No. Ordinary potatoes, you can't. No. A sweet potato is tasteless until you put something with it. Because by the time the sweet potato has been mixed with eggs and sugar and demerara sugar and cinnamon and spices, it takes on a different thing. And it's not lumps of potato, it's a puree. It's basically a bulk like pumpkin is to make pumpkin pie.
Kieran said Real Housewives of Oldham.
Yes, well, I'm a real housewife of Failsworth, not of Oldham. I just happen to reside in Oldham at the moment, darling.
And he's told me to wash my mouth out. Shut up, you.
Yes, I agree, Kieran. Absolutely disgusting.
Get on your bike and fall off it. Oh, Aiden's having a glass of wine.
Well, why am I not surprised, Mama?
Why not, Aiden? You deserve one, love. It's a nice treat for you. It's a break for you.
Be a break out, that. Once you've had a couple of glasses of wine, you won't know where you are.
Are you working tonight, Aiden?
So, do we have any other questions?
No.
Anything on cookery, housewifery, the lockdown, anything you want me to kick off?
You can get a takeaway for Christmas dinner, plenty in Oldham. No, thank you, Paul.
Because we've got about 15 minutes left of this show, because I'm really under time. So, what I am going to do is, and Daddy can follow me, I'm going to pour some more coffee.
Oh, I ain't getting up.
I've got to cover the top of the cake so you can come and follow me.
Fuck's sake.
While we do that.
Sick of my life.
Sick of my life and everything I am. Sick of it. Right, so I'll just grab both.
Callum said, what's your favourite things to make?
My
favourite thing to make, sorry.
Favourite thing to make? I like to make desserts more than I like to make anything else. I like to bake. Baking is sort of my relaxation and what have you. Right, I have to just sort of kneel down because I like to see right inside the oven. So we are at the halfway mark. You can see very quickly because it can't be out the oven long. Cover over. Back in for the rest of your time. Okay?
Fanny said, I'm making sweet yellow pepper soup. Any tips?
I've never had it, Fan, but it sounds divine. I like pepper soup.
Oh, you're not working, Aidan. That's good.
I've actually just had a recipe sent to me today by a friend of mine in America that I talk about a lot. Dear friend of mine called Paula Dean, who is a very famous TV chef. She's not on the air anymore.
She's not a TV. She's on the TV.
No, she's not a TV. She's on the TV. That's clever. It's not even on go. And Paula's just sent me this morning a fabulous recipe for broccoli and cheese soup, which I like the sound of. So I'm going to have a crack at that, and if it comes out good and it's nice, we'll make that. Because everybody asks me to do soup recipes, and I forget. So we'll just have some inhaler before we go any further, because I'm choking slightly. I'm sure this bra's too tight.
Charles said, I'd love Nana to make a proper old school beef stew and dumplings. Well, would you? Well, you're not.
But the only trouble is with that, Charles, I do make that an awful lot.
But that's everything in a fucking pot.
It just, when I make things like that, because you see that I do that for dinner, I use a slow cooker and everything goes in a slow cooker from raw overnight. So I could put that online and write the recipe down for you, but it's not exactly rocket science, darling. That.
Thanks, Fanny love.
What's she?
Should I do you a Tupperware of it and when you bring Easia's
do me a
swill down,
please, love. When I send her a swill down, you can send some of your swill back.
Easia's got a question. How do you make a peg rug?
How do you make a peg rug? You get a bit of sacking, and then you cut some old clothes up and a few old rags. Rags, not jam rags. Cut old rags up into strips, and then you make an hole in your bit of sacking and poke it through both ways. Put a peg across the back, and you use a clothes peg to make the hole. And as you finish,
you going, Kieran? Bye, love.
And you bang it all together. You end up with a nice rag rug, peg rug.
Bra's too tight, Scott said.
Tis. Honestly, because my knockers seem to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. What you're looking at? There?
Maud said loves the chandelier. I don't know which one. I don't know if it's that one or the one in the kitchen.
There's one in every single room down, and even in Daddy's study there's a chandelier.
We have them everywhere.
And I've got 2 that I'm waiting.
I swing off them at night time.
Lockdowns come and I can't get an electrician out because I'm having one put in our bedroom and one put in the bathroom as well.
Hiya, Chris Conway.
Hiya, Chris, love.
Chris liked the scales. Do you mean the kitchen scales?
The big ones.
The big ones.
Daddy bought me those last year. I'd always wanted them. I like them because I like to weigh a quarter of ham on them. Then put it in my handbag till it goes a bit sweaty.
There's no more now.
So don't forget.
Oh, Easy said, do you need slow cooker bags?
Yes, that's an. Oh, glad she's reminding me.
Do you need any? I think she's asking you.
No, I don't need any. But my friend Easier thought it was hysterical because I was running around town last week trying to find slow cooker liners, and she said, "Oh well, I use a slow cooker, but I've never used a liner." And she thought that was so funny. They are the best invention I've ever seen, and it was only a friend of mine I was talking to on it. Is it Zoom, David? Am I saying that right? Where you talk to each other on the.
Yeah.
See each other.
Or video call,
and
whatever you want to call it.
I could see her cooking. I could see that she had a slow cooker in America behind her. And I saw all this like plastic hanging out. So I asked her what it was. And she said, oh, the slow cooker liners. And they are absolutely brilliant. I bought mine from a very famous supermarket. I think it's overpriced, begins with an S. And you think you get 5 in a pack for £1. Or you can buy them online.
You think that's dear?
No, the supermarket itself, I think it's overpriced. I don't think that's... Well, actually, I do for 5 bits of plastic, £1.
£20, 20 pence each?
It's 20 shilling.
Shut up.
20 shilling for a bit of plastic. Jeez, I could do half me shopping for that once. Ridiculous.
Thanks, Barry, love.
But the liners are the best thing. If you use a slow cooker, buy the liners, because once you lift the liner out, your slow cooker never, ever wants washing or cleaning because nothing touched it. It's just an absolute dream. You only have to wash the lid.
Roxy said you'd need a Dolly Parton-sized bra soon.
I'm glad you agree, Rox. You know, I was looking at a photograph this afternoon from a few years, a fair few years, 9 years ago. Somebody posted it to Facebook in Sheffield.
Good afternoon, Anton.
Hi,
Are you missing us? Are you missing us from the Mardi Gras?
And this photograph was taken at Halloween in Sheffield about 9 years ago. And my boobies are 4 times the size now. So I don't know what's happening to me. I think it's age. But at least mine is still in the right place. Which is a lot to be said at my time alive.
Have you seen... Jane's seen liners in Home Bargains.
Oh, there you go. Home Bargains sell them as well. Buy them, Jane. If you have a slow cooker, buy them, kids.
And what's your opinion on fireworks?
I love them.
Easy said, but you brought 30 packs.
Well, yes, I did buy 30 packs easy because it could be like
it's
the war.
true, love.
I like to buy
excess. You know, you should know by now, love. Excess.
Everything has to be bought in excess. I don't like 1 packet or 2 packet thing. It's like canned foods. I've got to have, depending on which one it is, between 9, 10 or 12 cans of every item. I don't like to have 2 and 3. I can't be doing that. I find it paltry and poverty stricken. And I can't stand having to keep running out to shops, you know. And years ago, when I didn't have great big kitchens, this is no exaggeration, I used to keep canned foods in plastic boxes that I kept under the bed. I'm not joking. I've always done it. It's not just because I've got a big walk-in pantry. I like to have masses of stuff in. I mean, even now, one day when I do the house tour, I'll show you, I've actually got, on the service stairs that take you up to the flat, I've got 6-foot freezers on them now, and fridges. Because 1 fridge just isn't enough for me.
You're not seeing it easier, love.
What's she not seeing?
The new rug. There's the dog's bone. Dylan's bone there.
Oh, she's looking at the rug.
You want the rug? There you go, love. Dylan's there, nice and comfortable.
Yeah, I added a cream rug. Only for the winter. I just thought it made it look a bit cosier and warmer. And I say cream, it's nearly white. Shows up cream on the photographs, but it's virtually snow.
Fanny said making panic buying fashionable before COVID.
Oh yeah, I've never panic bought. It's just
You have your liners, you have.
I like to shop in bulk. I don't like 1s and 2s. I just don't see the point. And I certainly couldn't go to supermarkets on a weekly basis.
Are you, John?
That would drive me to insanity. It really would drive me insane. I can't abide it. I think that starts with the monthly shopping. When Daddy and I lived in Spain, before we had Iceland, Fuengirola or anything like that, there was no imported foods. So we used to drive to Gibraltar to go to the English supermarket there, Morrison's. And we used to go to Morrison's, and we'd go once a month. So I had to buy enough to last a month because I wasn't driving to Gibraltar every 5 minutes. So that's I think where the monthly grocery thing comes from. So we are going to do, next week's show, we're going to do the Christmas cake. The quantities for the Christmas cake is on my YouTube channel. Okay, so you need to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, put Terri Fox in it. Find my channel and click subscribe. On there is the Christmas cake that we made last year and the year before and the year before that. It's the same recipe I use every time. It's just we're going to do it slightly different this year because I always do a big Christmas cake, really big one, which is always beautifully iced and all the rest of it.
Not this year though.
But what I'm doing
What's
this
the point?
year is I'm going to make the same. It will be the same quantity, but I'm going to make the cake into two. So there'll be two smaller cakes in loaf tin shapes, okay? Which are, one, it's easier to slice. Two, your second cake will then last in a box for at least 6 months, as long as it's airtight. So that will come in then for Easter, when we usually make our simnel cake, we can use it then. So that's why we're doing it like that this year, because obviously people are not going to have, whether we're out or not, they're not going to have as many people around, and it will, you know, it doesn't go off. You know, a Christmas cake will last nearly a year in an airtight box. It doesn't go off. I just think it's going to be easier because people say, oh, it's too big for me, I'm on my own. So I'm going to make it into two, so you can either give one as a present to somebody or store one. All right? So that's the way we're going to do it. And it's just going to be something a little bit different. So, but all the quantities of the fruit and everything are all on the YouTube channel. So you need, and I'm not going through them again. This is to force people to subscribe to the YouTube channel, which I will put the link also on my page later on tonight. When this goes onto YouTube, once it's been downloaded and we put it to YouTube, I will put the link to this one on YouTube as well. All right, so you can follow the recipe for this and then find all the other ones that are on there as well. And this house tours and how to lay a dinner table and all this carry on and how to do things on the cheap, you know. Because not everybody's got the amount of crockery I've got or china or things.
No,
so,
no one has.
You know, I'm showing you, I can show you, there's a whole tutorial of how to lay a table literally for peanuts to show you how to make it cheaper. Do we have any other questions?
No.
No. I am shocked.
Roxy likes making Christmas cake and feeding it with the alcohol.
Oh yeah, so do I. I always, once I've made it, usually I would have made the cake, Rox, at least 2 weeks ago. And we're late. One, because of all the COVID restrictions and being locked down, we had too much to do, and I was away. We went away for a few weekends. And secondly, because I'm doing them smaller, you don't need to make it as early. It will mature just as quick, but you've got to feed it. If you don't keep feeding it.
Easy said, can you make vegan coffee cake, please?
A coffee cake, coffee flavoured cake.
Coffee cake. Well, coffee cake, I suppose she means coffee flavoured.
Well, I shall look at it, but I'm not doing a whole season of vegan just to suit you. So think on, lady, and look sharp.
Bye, Jamie, love.
Try, Jamie, love. Well, it's been lovely for you all to pop in this afternoon while I patronise everybody. It's been really nice. It's been so long, hasn't it, since we've been live?
Oh, it has. Well, you've done an hour now, anyway. I'm bored now, anyway. I'm going.
Are you? Where are you going?
On my Facebook.
Oh, yeah, that's what you're doing.
Anything, Jonathan, please, love. Cash will do.
What Jonathan want?
What do you want for Christmas? I said anything. Cash.
What do I want for Christmas? For this lockdown crap to be over. That's what I'd really like.
Oh, Anton, I hope you've not got COVID.
I'd like to sit here like people say, you know, what would you like for Christmas? I would like peace on earth, and I'd love to be able to be that type of person and say that, but I'm not. I write a Christmas list like a child, and it gets passed round, and I always say to people, shop from the list, don't come off it. Then I'm not disappointed. But there's lots of things I want.
We will, Jason. We'll do it again, love.
What does Jason want?
He said, great watching you do it again.
Yeah,
Rox is off to walk the Pennine Way in slimbacks.
Are you, love? Well, I'd actually walk it in my new slippers. I'll just show you.
I'm glad you liked it, Aidan.
But my fur might get a bit muddy on Pennine Way. But they are slippers that you can pop out to the shops in, aren't they?
No, the shoes.
It's not like a carpet slipper that's going to get wet.
Oh, right.
I could pop out to the shops in these slippers and still look glamorous. I might wear the other colour next week. I've got them in a flesh tone as well.
Is the cake got to come out of the oven yet?
No, it's not an hour, my darling.
Right. It's not time
minutes.
yet. Easier, love.
5 minutes. No shorter.
We'll put a picture on
We'll
put a picture on later
when you've set your
of
timer,
the finished result, not yesterday's
set your
one.
for 55 minutes, and you take the cake out, just get a toothpick and put it into the middle. Don't jam it right to the bottom, because obviously you're going to get the syrup that's at the bottom. just poke it into the top. If it comes out dry, it's cooked. If it doesn't come out dry, it's got cake stuck to it. It needs to go back in the oven for a few minutes. It's just, you know, test it. But
make sure you do, Sharon.
55 minutes is spot on.
Sharon's going to send a picture of a cake she's made when when it's done.
Thanks, Sharon. So even if you're not vegan, try it because it is fabulous. It is absolutely lovely. You'd be so surprised. And basically, it's a good cake as well for people that are allergic to eggs and allergic to milk. You know, if you're a dairy person that is allergic to dairy, then it works absolutely perfect for you because there's no dairy in it. So it's great that way. And a lot of the vegan products, I like them because they're a lot lower in fat. I mean, I can't say that cake is dietary because it's not, because of the amount of sugar that's in it. But it's, you know, the fat content of the vegan stuff is a lot lower than normal products. So do try them. And try and use the products I've actually sort of recommended to you and shown you. Because I tried varying different soya milks as well. And I tried coconut milk and I tried all the different ones and they don't work as well. That one, that really just sort of like generic brand soya drink, whatever they call it, is perfect. That works absolutely perfect. Okay, don't forget white vinegar. Don't mess with the recipe. It is a science. It's not fun. It's you know, it's a chemical reaction to make the cake rise, and you must use those products. Okay. So we're going to sign off, and we will see you, if not before, but we'll definitely see you next week for another show, and we're going to do the Christmas cake next week. And I'll probably do, because the Christmas cake goes in the oven, it's in for so long, I may do something else as well at the same time. I may do a savoury as well. So we'll look like what the timing is on that. And then we'll have a chat. So don't forget, if you've got questions and everything, save them till next week and I'll answer them live for you. Say try, Daddy.
Try, Daddy.
See you all later and thanks for tuning in. Love you with all my mouth.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.